You've got some exciting horses going to Dubai. One in particular is Dylan Mouth that you've just got recently from your brother in Italy. Just tell me about him. He looks a big horse.
Yeah, he's a good-looking horse. He's done really well in Italy. I mean, he's unbeaten there, and he finished the season winning the Premio Roma, the Group One over mile and a quarter. Very exciting, horse to train for next year, obviously for the carnival. And talking to the owner, Mr. Villa, he was keen. He said, well, if he's good enough to run in the Super Saturday, and then just we take from there. Obviously option could be the Shima Classic or the Gold Cup, depend how he goes, in his prep race. But it's very uncomplicated horse. He won his races and making the running and just behind the paces. So, and since we got him, he's settling straight away. I mean that's when horses they have class. Obviously, he's taking so well. So really pleased with his condition.
You've picked up many horses from different trainers over the past few years, but picking one from your brother, I guess that helps. You can find out all the details about the horse itself, what he needs, what he likes, what he does best.
Absolutely, yeah. I had a long chat with my brother when he came over, and he gave me all the information I needed, and what the horse used to do, how he was trained and feed. So that for sure, when you have a little bit just the history, and it's somebody in the family, so he was telling me the truth, and it makes our life easier, how to train and how to just just campaign the horses. Yeah. So absolutely that.
I think he won 11 of his 14 races lifetime. That's a terrific achievement. 3 Group 1s, 3 Group 2s. He looks like he could be a really good horse.
Yeah, in the recent years, everyone's saying the form in Italy is not easy to work out, and because obviously there's not many foreigners going to Italy to run in those group races anymore. But however, in that race actually there were Andrew Balding horse and Jane Chapalai and Energia Davos. So I thought it was a competitive field, and the horse won in a good manner. So the only 2 defeats he had in his career were Ascot. For one reason or the other, both time he didn't probably handle the track or didn't really pan out well for him. Apart of that, he's been a consistent horse, and he's a real fighter. It's
very exciting prospect for you then.
Absolutely, yeah. Looking forward to next year, and it's a good addition to the yard.
Absolutely, it's always good to get some new horses. And let's talk about Euro Charlene, who's done so well for you over the years, and she's 4 these days. What can she offer you, do you think, now?
Well, physically, I always thought that this year she looked strong the last year, and I was expecting a good season. Unfortunately, things didn't really work out as I wanted. Going back to Dubai, probably ran a little bit free, and she finished 4th in the duty free. That was a good form. Then Ascot, unfortunately, she didn't go in the stalls, and I thought that would have been her best chance, and then she ran a good race in the Farmouth. So we took her back to America for the same race that she won last year, and the ground went really soft just an hour before. It was very, very slippery, and just a bit fault ground, so she didn't quite handle it.
Right.
Despite the condition, she still ran a good race, finishing a close 4th. So in a way, I would say it's been a bit frustrating season. She hasn't won this year, but probably bad luck, not because the filly she's in good form, and she ran Group 1 level or consistently. Yeah.
When she won the Beverly D at Arlington the year before, it was a very exciting finish, and she really came with a flourish to win. So with things going against her in 2015, maybe with the ground and getting the right race conditions, she could be back again.
I think so. Obviously, with the owners that live in America, it was always a part of her plan to run in the same race. Another reason, obviously, Ryan Moore won last year and he got on so well with the filly, and this year, unfortunately, he couldn't ride there, and we ended up with a jockey. Where not because I'm blaming the jockey, but it's one of the filly. You must know her and you know how she behaves, and those kind of little things where it didn't really pan out. But we have to move on and look forward to the next season.
I think with fillies especially, sometimes it's better for the jockey to know the horse more than it's better to know the track, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah. That's as I said, was terrific ride of Ryan Moore last year when she won the Beverly.
Not his only terrific ride of last year. He had a few good ones.
Absolutely, yeah. And so it's just maybe this year she's not been lucky, but touch wood, she's sound. She's in great form. At the moment, she's just doing just routine counters, and we will step her up probably for February.
Nadir is another of the horses going over there. Now a 4-year-old, won 3 times so far in his career.
Yeah, he's. I think he's a nice sprinter. I was a bit disappointed that he won a listed race at Doncaster in the spring, and then unfortunately he lost his form a little bit. More than anything else, it was just he wasn't really concentrating, and he ran 2 poor races, York and Windsor, but just not behaving well before the race, and so we were forced to geld the horse. And since he's been gelded, he's a different horse. He chilled out, and he's back to his best. He showed in the listed race. He ran a Newmarket. He ran really well, finishing second. Then second in a Group 3, Ascot, only beaten a short head. And I thought it was probably at his peak when he finished 5th in at Ascot in a Group 1. So he's showing he's not far from the top sprinters.
And he's been campaigned at the highest level, as you say, that Group 1 at Ascot and the Group 3, really good races.
Absolutely, yeah. So it's I'm not worried. I think the level is up to the group level for sure. We will have to adapt him to probably for Dubai to drop him back to 5 furlongs, because the big races are over 5 furlongs. Right. But he's mature. He got stronger. So I think he probably has more speed than he used to have.
He's been winning over 6, so you think he'd be able to drop back to 5, and that's always good to have a little bit of energy at the end, isn't it? When you've got the extra furlong in you, if you can use it up, it's a benefit.
Yeah, I think he shouldn't be a problem. I mean, obviously 6 is a ideal trip, but he's, as I said, as a sprinter, by the time they get older and stronger, sometimes they actually have more speed, and so he hopefully he will be fine over 5 furlongs, and he could go for a Dubai World Cup night, the race over 5.
He's by Oasis Dream, so is Muharib, who's really a miler. Oasis Dream produces different kind of horses.
Yeah, Muharib is out of a Selkirk mare, and the family is Daremi, so it's a little bit stamina. Family, there's a stamina in the pedigree, and again, it's a similar scenario to Nadir, a talented horse. He lost his form through the season, so he the last couple of runs they weren't probably at his best, but the same story, we had to geld him, and which is unfortunately a bit sad, because they're both well-bred horses, but they weren't concentrating and really putting into it. So since he's been gelded, Muharib is doing great. He's a different horse, chilled out, and training really well at home.
And he's got a similar profile to Nadir in the fact he's been running in Group 1 and Group 3 races.
Yeah, I always thought, he has ability to be up to that level. Actually, he won a listed race at Ascot, and he went up to 115. His rating, he went up 10 pounds because he was so impressive. The day he won. But then, since that race, he just, he never really, he hasn't kept it at that level.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure originally we thought maybe the ground, he wants a little bit more cut in the ground, but unfortunately the main reason he wasn't probably behaving as a racehorse should.
He was too coltish. Then he's
Yeah.
now a gelding at home, and you would keep him over a mile in Dubai.
I think he definitely a miler. That's his best trip. Whether being gelded, he gets a little bit further. As I said, there's stamina in the family, so it won't surprise me if eventually we'll get a mile and a quarter.